fucking finally. Hello, everyone. There we go. We're back. Hello, MC Programmer. Hello, Quinsley. I'm so sorry for, like, the audio. They gotta stop doing that, man. Okay. Alright. Worst banners is Elemental Pixies or Nekaluga. I feel like Nekaluga's redeeming itself a little, you know? There's been some, like, good Luga content. Like, the Fear Luga towns are really good. Why did they give him 500% strength? That's so fucking funny. Yeah. Oh my god, bro, when does this sub-chapter end? Your friend got copper mine from a Legend ticket. That sucks. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I should have streamed today. Yeah, let's... Imagine if all UNZL sub-chapters had 8 stages instead of the usual 6. That would be awful, dude. Jesus. There we go. Finally, we beat the sub-chapter, and I'm thinking, that was it? Was that the raid D introduction stage? We just bullied it with Courier. That was fun. Kind of. A little. Not really, actually, but like, hey. Alright, we're gonna do a little bit of gambling. We have an 11 roll and a plat. That's what we got today. Let's for I think Epic does Epic Fest have any like special does it? I'm just hoping for Can. That's what I'm hoping for. Alright, let's Alright, we can roll now. Let's see what we get from these. Every Uber is 50 NP, which is gonna be great. Oh fuck it, we'll start plus winning some of these. Nymph is huge. We're not gonna be using I don't think we're gonna be using a lot of Nymph, unfortunately, so that's huge. I'm really happy about that. We got Figure Skater. Pretty decent, like, AoE. Oh? 50 NP. If we can get fucking... I just want to get Can. That's all I want. No Can, unfortunately. We got we got 50 NP, which is great. Alright, time to roll the platinum ticket. See what we're gonna get. Alright. Another 50 NP. Happy about that. Slowly building up my Uber collection. I'm gonna forget to turn my volume down for this quiet ass stream. Okay. Alright. We got one new thing which I'm grateful about. We got Figure Skater. Awesome. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna be reaching Udun, so we're just like let's progress in this, yeah. We were stuck here last time. I think this is a... This is a good team. We can use this. Okay. Bad Abyss. I think after this stage I'll start like explaining the general topic of what we're going to talk about today. So, yeah. Come on, man. ban all Pixies is crazy. Okay, and it has like Diddy Bora in it. Think about that. Yeah, my channel deserves a follow. I used to be someone. Now I'm someone. GG's. Easy. They have cool designs, that is true. We got a rare ticket, that's good. Alright, let's get... Let it get Dancer. Oh, another 50 NP actually, that's good. Alright, to the chopping block you go. So I feel like we're gonna blitz for the rest of this chapter. Oh yeah, here's the thing. So, one day, I was scrolling through Twitter one day, and I saw, hold on. I was scrolling through Twitter one day, and I saw this post. I saw this post here. You know, quick little funny Twitter post. Got like over 600 likes. How it feels to be a Pixie fan in the Battle Cats community in 2025. This is a quick little funny haha, you know? You know, like haha, self-expressive. Like I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I could show the gun part on YouTube. But yeah. Being a Pixie fan, it's gotta be a miserable life, so, yeah. I saw this post, and it made me remember, and also, you know, blah blah blah, Can't Juice already talked about this, if you know anything about, like, the Can't Juice Elemental Pixies video, the controversial one, that people think that, like, that Pixie fans don't like. You know, it has flaws. You know, there's some... But at the same time, it's just like, I generally agree with the Pixies video, which makes me think about, like, the thing about Battle Cats, I feel like recently for Battle Cats banners for me, I just find it funny that, like, the tides have somewhat shifted in recent times. So here's the thing, like, if we look at, like, actually, let me open up the Battle Cats wiki real quick. I want to talk about the Dragon Emperor. I know this is the Pixies discussion, but I want to talk about the Dragon Emperors real quick. So, like, the thing about Dragon Emperors is that they're, like, really, really, like... The Dragon Emperors is probably, like, are technically still a little bit on the lower end when it comes to, like, Battle Cats banners as a whole. But, like, you know, we got some older units here, like Sodom, Megidora, Kakavura. These are units that people generally don't view very highly. Especially units like Sodom and Kamakura. Really sad units. You know, Kamakura has really funny ultra talents, but it's funny in like the wrong way, where it's just like kind of sad to look at. Like a morbid comedy. So, So we see these units, but like if we go further down the timeline, we get actually pretty decent units. Heavy Jack, people don't really talk about him, but he's actually pretty decent. Like, you know, he has good, you know, he has like good qualities. His attack isn't very high, but he has like good health, and like, yeah, pretty good. But especially these two, Gundros and Megidor, Gundros and Dahlia-san. These units are really good, especially Dahlia-san. Like, he's really good. He's really good generalist LD. Like, pretty high DPS for how good his range is. That's Dahlia-san. He's great. And like, the thing about like Dragon Emperors is that like, that's just one example of like what they do. You know, like that's just like a, you know, earlier on they were seen as like super low point, and like the only thing you would go for would be like Ganglion, I guess. But like we started getting better units, which is cool for Dragon Emperors. So now, another example from, I mean, the same thing. I think it's like the same thing as like. Okay, so my question is like, how do you people view the Elemental Pixies real quick? Let's look at this real quick. Yeah. Hold on, stick man and dumb. So here's the thing about like Elemental Pixies, you know, the thing about Elemental Pixies is that like they have like, the thing about Elemental Pixies, they were introduced around the same time as Cats of the Cosmos, so they have like a clear-cut purpose. It's that that's how Protoss has been designing these units for like forever. X unit exists to counter like X enemy, which like there's a whole set for Elemental Pixies is a whole set because Cats of the Cosmos is a whole saga. Pretty important part of aggression, a ton of units. Yes. So here's what we have. Okay, so we have the original three. We got Bora, Misley, and Air. Bora is obviously, if you know anything about these units, Bora is a nuker. Bora is like a alien nuker, really high damage, especially in True and Ultra form. You know what? I have Bora's Ultra form, and here's a little mini review on his Ultra form. I like it. It's a pretty good Ultra form. It's definitely an Ultra form that you would get if you like Bora, which like unfortunately that's like half of all Ultra forms. I'm gonna see if I can actually invite Canned. Oh shit, he actually accepted. I did not expect that. So, Kent's gonna probably be here for a few minutes, but for now, I'm just gonna talk about the Pixies for a little bit. Bora's Ultra Form, I like it. It's fun. It's fun, you know, like, it's just, like, slightly easier to use Bora. My big issue is that they should have given him Omni. And also, like, his generalist value isn't that impressive. You know, like, his Ultra Form is that he just gets, where he gets, weakened for, he gets extra range, which is really nice. And, you know, gets him out of some, like, generally, like, troublesome enemies, I suppose. But he already has, like, decent health thanks to his Ultra Form. So, I'm not really 100% sure on that, but it's, improvement is an improvement, I'll take it. Longer range, that's better for survivability, I suppose. I don't understand. Looking back, what is with the Weaken? On Lumina, she's not much of a damage dealer. I can understand that on her, how, like, the Weaken would do a little more. But, like, why would you give Weaken to Bora? It's so random, you know? Like, Bora already kills everything. It's guaranteed, sure, but it's not even, like, amazing uptime. I don't know, the only thing I use, and even then, I feel like mostly what I use, like, the last time I used Bora Ultra Form was actually, I don't use him often, by the way. I mostly used him during a filibuster outbreak. That was a fun usage. Helped me get rid of the starred alien ostrich, which is strange. Okay. Are the elemental pixies? Oh shit! Hello, new person. I don't know how to. Crazy dude. Hello, crazy dude, and hello, 10 bucks. Thank you for the $1. So, the funny thing is that we're gonna have our gameplay blocked up by the Pixies real quick. It's good to be here. Yeah. I don't know if this stream's gonna be that crazy. I don't know if we're gonna beat, like, Chapter 2 tonight. Okay, so, yeah. Pixie, yeah, so, like, okay, so, yeah, Bora is, like, Bora just has, like, a strange kit for Ultra Form, but otherwise he's, like, a pretty, amazing against aliens, but, like, not really amazing against anything else. That doesn't really fix his main issue, you know? And even then, for, like, you know, like, the thing about modern Battle Cats meta is that, like, like, in order to, like, be higher up, you have to do... What the fuck? Oh, thank God, it's just my playlist. I thought it was a stream playlist. So, it was just playing different music that's not in the playlist, but it's fine. Yeah, it's that, like, Bora doesn't really, like, do enough. That's my main issue with him. I'm not expecting him to have, like, a million effects, but at the same time, he should do more than, like, massive damage against aliens. Like, just uber alien specialist, that's his big issue. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we're done with like Bora. I think he's like a B A tier Uber, honestly. Lower A tier. Like I don't expect like he's not a crazy unit, but like I can definitely see why people would like to use him. He's a fun nuker. Okay. Bestie Westie Boo Boo Bear. How do you stream? What programs do you use? Okay, what programs do I use? If for like playing Battle Cats on here, I use LD Player. That's the Android emulator I use. Uh, what do I use for? If you want to know what I do for the, okay, I use OBS generally, and I stream on YouTube. How many legendaries do I have? I have like 10 on my main. There's a no Uber run. Forgot to mention that. Sorry that the gameplay's being blocked right now, but like, I'm too lazy to remove it right now. Actually, I can close this real quick. How's... Hello, Cash. So, and also if you're also yeah for Tem, for I'll just DM it to you on Twitter. This guy. Fuck, I forgot I'm not paying attention. Fuck. Oh, damn it. So, I feel like Canjuice would make this conversation at least a little more interesting because he's like the Pixies guy to me. He's like the one that had that like video about Pixies that some people don't like. Argentina? Alright. Yeah, I should probably like. Uh, okay, I should probably open this up again. Alright, so I guess since we talked about Bora, we'll talk about. Damn, we already talked about Misley. That's crazy. Second one, Misley. She's basically a knockback and slow. The infamous knockback and slow combo. She's a debuffer. She is an interesting fellow. Whatever. Alright. So, yeah, Misley. You know, I think she's like an okay unit. Her Ultra form is honestly really interesting to me. They gave her Mini Surge, which, like, yeah, we kind of. I feel like it just made sense, you know? She got, like, Mini Surge, and I forgot what the rest of her toolkit was. Actually, let me check her stats. Okay, there's Renade. Okay, so she gets insanely tough, which is really funny, honestly. What else does she get? Actually, I'm pretty sure there's like a thing that just tells us like what her stats get. She gets Sage Slayer. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm just looking at her stats. Damn, 100k. That's crazy. Oh shit. Alright, hi Canned. Sorry to... Let me make sure the stream hears you properly. Is it... It was... Hold on, let me... Where's this? I'm trying to find... Is that in Guest Corner? I'm trying to find... Discord audio. There it is, I found it. Alright, speak.
Oh, I see you brought the stats up of a Pixie.
I was bringing up like I was thinking I was trying to look at like what did Misley get in her Ultra form specifically.
Oh, she got what every other Pixie also got, which is jack shit.
She gets mini surge, but it's like the most potential man missed potential mini surge ever. Why did they make her surge spawn area that wide? You just made her worse.
Yeah, the reason they did that is because she's a fucking Pixie, which means she's not getting shit. Like, all the Pixie's Ultra forms are just not worth it. Air is actually the closest one to being worth it, but he's still Air at the end of the day, so he's not really worth it.
I mean, oh yeah, we were talking about Bora earlier. They hear you, right?
Hmm? Oh, can they?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
Just have to make sure.
But yeah, Bora's Ultra form is like... It exists, you know?
I
You
just think
don't
it's
really
like,
go
it's
for it.
fine.
It's there if you really want it. Because the thing is, not that Bora's a bad unit in that sort of sense, but there's not really a stage where level 50 Bora isn't enough. Like, you don't really need to Giga Booster Bora.
Okay.
That's the real problem with Bora's Ultra form. It doesn't do anything besides what it already does. And what he already does will like win on the stages he's supposed to win. So it really just exists if you want to kill your stages you already can beat faster.
Sorry, I was interrupted. Can you say that again?
Oh, did you not get that?
No.
Oh, okay. So basically, Bora's Ultra form, it exists with the sole purpose of making a unit that already does what he does, just kind of better at the job, except he's already good enough, so it doesn't really make a big difference.
So it's just kind of
makes
pointless. They don't really do... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's just
yeah,
like...
I'd agree with you there.
They need to... It's that, like, the big problem with these Pixies is that, like, oh yeah, they do what they do. A lot of, when they get, like, upgrades and shit, like True Forms, Talents, Ultra Forms, it's just like, oh yeah, they do exactly the same thing, but it's just slightly better. No actual improvements.
Yeah. Inherently, the problem with this sort of thing is, it comes back to how the Pixies were designed, because they are completely fine in being over-specialized if they're, like, low investment units, but you're not gonna wanna buy level 60, buy all these talents, when it still only does one specific niche. Then that's like too much of an investment. So that's why Pixie Ultra forms are never gonna be good unless they like start generalizing them.
Yeah, that's why Gravi's still like the best Pixie.
Gravi's
because
like the only one who could be good. The others are all screwed.
The thing about Gravi is that like he does shit outside of aliens and he has general good stats.
Yeah.
Like, his wave attack is really fucking good.
Yeah, that's definitely the case for Gravi. He's like the one like outstander, and also when they decided to give him like the relic niche, that wasn't that bad. He's actually like pretty good at the relic niche. It's not like broken like people like. I remember on launch people like said Gravi's like S tier broken with the relic shit. That's not true, but like
S tier is crazy though. What the fuck?
But like, yeah, he's definitely the best Pixie, and definitely has the best potential to get a good Ultra form compared to everyone else, because they could simply give him like better stats, maybe better immunities, maybe like a strengthen or some shit like that, and then he would be quite good.
I was gonna say
there'd be actually a good reason to invest in him, because he does shit outside of like his niches, and also his niches aren't bad. A lot of the Pixies niches are just not very good to begin with.
I was gonna personally say that, like, the thing about Bora that I find super funny to me for his Ultra form is that, like, outside of the fact that it does mostly the same shit, the new stuff that they do give him is just, like, an insanely weird kit.
Yeah.
It's like, why did they give him Weekend, bro?
Gave him Weekend, bro. What was the point?
He already kills everything. What is weakening him gonna do?
Bro's weakening their corpses.
Is that, like, the thing about, like, and even the thing about units like Bora is that, like, the modern meta requires you to do, like, oh, you can do, like, massive damage, have these high stats, but that's not enough, you know?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, like, it depends on, like, what you do with that power. It's just Bora in this case. That power is limited to basically be only good for aliens. Which doesn't make him a bad unit, it just doesn't make him, like, a very, very powerful unit. It makes him, like, a decent good unit, but just not a top tier.
The funny, and, like, his Ultra form giving him a range increase gives him, like, potentially better stats, potentially better generalist value. Potentially.
But, like, it still isn't all that good considering, like, a lot of other units.
I have to emphasize potentially, by the way.
He's not the worst. He's not the worst as a generalist, but the problem is that he's, like, you're not really gonna pay level 60 to get this unit, which is about as good as, like a low tier level 50.
You know what I think is really funny?
Yeah?
Misley is a better generalist than Bora.
Yeah, Misley was always, strangely enough, the best generalist out of, like, the base Pixies. Excluding Gravy, of course, because he's Gravy, but the other ones, Misley just has better stats for some reason. It is the best Pixie.
I was just like, you know, I could just put on, like, the stream playlist for myself because I don't hear it on my end. And for some weird-ass reason, it just shuffles to, like, a completely unrelated, like music recommendations. Now I'm just hearing F and F shit, and I'm like, please leave my music taste out of this. I'm trying to have a normal stream.
Oh, he's funkin' today.
Save me. I actually want to see if this is true. Like, I saw a post that's just like, you know, I think I'll test it out later. It's probably not true.
Yeah.
Air. We were talking about, so far we've mostly talking about, like, Bozzy and Misley.
Air was, like, I think Air was honestly overhated, because people were hating on Air for the wrong reasons. Because it's not like he doesn't do his job, he actually is, like, one of the best aliens.
He's not a bad unit, it's just like, why would you invest in it?
The problem is he's still Air at the end of the day, no one really needs that. It's like, he's gonna juggle, like, all the aliens. Realistically, who needs to, like, perma-juggle all the aliens nowadays with good stats and shit like that when aliens are mostly, like, not that hard? Because, like, there aren't that many hard aliens, like, actually...
Be juggled to begin with.
I don't think Air is very good on Banagrios. So then that's, like, the main stage we're looking for nowadays.
I love that, like...
Why they need
speaking of Banaglios, you wanna know what, like, Bora was made for?
Yeah.
Bora was made for Bananglios. And he's kind of mid in Bananglios. That's the funniest part.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's mid. He's, like, good there, but he's
like, good.
The thing is, he's good, He's also like I'm pretty sure he's not even the best Pixie on Benaglios, but he's still good.
It's so funny, dude. I'm just like, shouldn't you be like doing a little more?
Yeah. Like honestly, dude, if they just gave his ass blast immune, that would solve the whole problem. Because now you have a reason to actually bring him to other stages. Because not many units have blast immune. And
Actually,
he's also
you
better
know
on
what?
the
Fuck it,
Benaglios.
funny idea. Give him Behemoth Slayer.
That would actually cook. That would actually be really, really.
That would be good because that gives him a niche. That gives him something.
That has low cooldown. He would actually be really good as a Beast Slayer.
But it's. But then instead they're just like, oh, let's just give him 100% weaken. Fucking sure. They do fucking nothing, bro.
They definitely know what they're doing.
Why do they hate the Pixies so much? That's my question.
Like yeah, that's the thing I always wondered, because it's like I remember I made the Pixies video some time ago, calling
And
them,
people were like,
straight ass,
shitting
because
on
they
you
are.
for it. I remember that.
And then they're like, no, the Pixies aren't that bad. Well, apparently Pono seems to agree, because they keep shafting the Pixies every update. I don't know why. It's like they watch
Oh yeah,
my
like the
video and they're
Lugas,
like,
they get like, oh the newer Lugas have actually been pretty
the Lugas
good.
surprisingly get buffed, like as updates go on.
And also
They
like
become less
some of the Lugas, like Cow Luga and Mimi Luga,
Yeah.
have been like actually pretty good. Cow Luga actually has like pretty good stats.
Yeah, that's true. Like but the Luga buffs, some of them don't really even make sense at all. Like Kaluga random ass research M, that's a huge buff to this Luga set, but it makes no sense why it's there. And then you have Furryland just doing a million damage, which also
Why did they give him 500% strength? That's so random.
Bro, it's like Ponos, it's like fucking Sean Coble watching my Pixies video and he's like, we're buffing Lugas now, we're making Pixies shit. This guy is right.
I saw that community post of yours that's just like Changear, just like talking about how like they went to the bathroom to like get they got like Bomber Cat and like some kid was doing the same fucking thing. Was that actual game Changear? That's my question.
Oh yeah, that was Changear. He went to the BC Awards.
That's so funny.
I was supposed to go, but like I couldn't because like the guy who was gonna drive me, he was busy that day. Yeah, we kind of all plan to go.
Okay. Yeah, I remember there was I was speaking of before, like I remember there was a time where like people called like Air's Ultra Form, like, you know, Air's Ultra Form was the infamous one.
Yeah, that didn't really. Well, looking at all the Ultra Forms, is there like a wiki page where I can see every Ultra Form like in a row? Maybe
I think we should. Yeah, let me go check that actually.
But they're all in text. I want to see pictures. I'm a child. Well, I'm not a child. I have like the brain of a child.
Ultra Form.
Okay,
Ultra
we
Force
got
selection. No,
Cradle.
thank you.
Is Cradle really the only Dynamite? I guess he is.
Wait, is he really the only Dynamite that's gotten an Ultra Form?
Well, he is. It says up to version 14.7, and the next Ultra Form is Jizo, so I guess he is the only Dynamite.
Hold on.
So we got Cradle here, and then for Dynamites, Vegira's you got Oda, you got Kenshin. Vegira's hasn't seen one for a while, but they have two, so that's fair.
All of these have, like,
Dragon
the worst
Emperor
one has
got
just been
Dio.
like...
Demps got Dio and no one else. Like, it was just Dio. And then they left it there. They need to give Demps more, because Demps is not the greatest set either.
What's Dems?
G-Gals has Windy and Thundia. That's fair. Ultra Souls, Kaguya, Cosmo, and like...
3 for 3 is crazy work, honestly.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like, the Ultra Forms, like, they've been buffing Ultra Souls so much compared to every other set. Because, like, these aren't just, like, good Ultra Forms. These are straight up, like, if you're, like, an endgame player, these are all, like, top 15, top 20 Ultra Forms. Because even Kaguya, while she does Like, she's not the best generalist. She is by far and away, like,
She is
the best
insane
base
at
metal
her
in the whole
niche, you
game.
know?
You only need her. You don't need anyone else. It doesn't matter what the metal enemies are. And she's, like, one of the best quality of life units in the game. So in that aspect, Kaguya is a complete success. And then Crane, you have Cosmo, who's obviously broken. And then Kasa Jizo, who is also broken. And I feel like a lot of people are underestimating how strong Jizo Ultra Form is. Like, me and a lot of, like, experienced players have been testing him out. He's, like, completely broken. Like, game-breakingly broken.
I just think, like... I honestly think, like, Jizo's Ultra Form is really funny because it X-Skull reasons. It's because, like, X-Skull's been, like... It's because I saw, like, X-Skull's, like, video that's just, like, you know, like, his Ultra Form review for Kasa Jizo.
Yeah.
And he's like, S tier, fair enough. Below Cosmo. You know, that's his opinion, but I want you to keep that in mind. Then why the fuck is there a video that's members only right now that's like why Kasa Jizo is arguably the best Uber in the game?
Didn't he make one on Cosmo already, though? So, like,
yeah.
It could be equal.
It's like, you might think, like, oh, that video could be outdated, the Cosmo one.
I mean...
But at the same time, you still put Cosmo over Jizo in your tier lists, dude. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, the thing is, like, so I'm gonna be honest. Like most people underrate Kasa Jizo. They think he's, like, pretty good, but he's not, like, broken. He is most definitely broken. I'm like, it's not even a question. Well, it is, like, it is debatable. No, I think as time goes on, he is definitely in the top 10 at this point if you count Ultra Forms.
I think that's really funny, honestly.
How high he goes in that top 10, I think that's arguable. Because he could be exactly number 10 or, like, a little higher. I think that's about where he should go.
Best Uber in the game, though? I'm not sure, Buster.
Best Uber in the game? The problem with this is that, like, I don't think there's an angle for him to be the best Uber in the game solely because what Kasa Jizo does, essentially, is he replaces the entire mid-ranger class. Which is very powerful. It's definitely someone who's, like, near top 10 worthy and stuff like that. The problem with that is that if you look at a lot of endgame meta and a lot of similar stuff, you never needed a mid-ranger to begin with. Like, you completely dump mid-rangers out of your comp if you're using top-end Ubers. So it was never really a role that you needed at the end. But Jizo is pretty strong, so he's still good if you bring him. It's just not, like... It's not
he's, like,
really
the most endgame adjacent, like, mid-ranger.
Like, you're like, once you Kasa Jizo Ultra Form, you're never using pizza again. You are never using, like, stuff for, like, 300.
And also the Angel trait is gone.
Hold on. He's a lot of other broken stuff, though, that makes him, like, really powerful. It's just that, like, he has to... It's really not that, like, Kasa Jizo has these things holding him back. Because that's not really the case. Kasa Jizo is fundamentally broken in, like, almost every aspect. The only thing that's holding him back is that we have even more broken fucks, like, right above him. Like, he has to go against Dazzly, he has to go against Balrog,
I think the big issue with, like, the whole discussion
that's the
about,
only thing
like...
holding him back. If those guys weren't as stupidly broken as they were, KJ would easily be number 1 again.
Yeah. I just think to myself, like, I think my personal problem I have with, like, any discussion about, like, oh, who's the top 1 Uber? It's that because, like, 90% of these Ubers fall into what I like to call the upper echelon, which is, like, you know, they're all so good, but the amount of quality that they have as Ubers just kind of, like, blend together, you know? So it's kind of, like, difficult to gauge.
They end up overlapping and overpowering so many roles that they overpower, like, the same roles for most of their roles. So that they end up doing, like, they can all do the same thing really powerfully. And that just makes them blend together. There's, like, a lot of scenarios where you can bring Dazzly or Phono.
Okay, so here's the...
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, we were supposed to be talking about Pixies, I swear to God.
Yeah, we can go back to Pixies.
Okay, so Volley. Volley
Volley
compared to someone like Mizzy is like much more of like a debuffer.
Yeah. I think Volley kind of just exists. It does what
like-
it's supposed to, and that's about it.
You know, like it's, you know, freeze aliens. I'm like, you know, I don't know how else to describe this. I just think Volley just has more of a. I don't know. It's probably not that much of the case, but he probably has more of a reason to exist.
Yeah. Actually, well, yeah, I agree. For when they dropped the Volley, he had a reason to exist. Nowadays, I think he still does what he does, but like, it's not all that special, you know.
But it's definitely probably one of the more like
It's
unique.
nice quality of life though. A lot of people like using Volley for freeze. But even after like I've tried using Volley for freeze, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I still like Seafarer more because you get numbers advantage. Volley, you have to wait the full cooldown to get a perma freeze going. Seafarer can just kind of do that if he wants to.
It's just like the thing about, you know, I'm trying to think of something. I just think his talents are really funny. Yeah, give him more immunities instead of like more target traits. Oh my god, please.
Yeah, they love giving Pixies random shit that does not matter, and then they magically just make it.
Let's
matter
give
when
Volley
they're
poison
grabbing.
immunity or some shit.
Poison immunity. Alien enemies with poison. Wait, does he?
No. None.
Doesn't. Well, good thing, bro. I really hope they do.
I
give him
love
poison
using Volley against Gobble.
against Gobble, bro. He's gotta like freeze that toxic.
Easy
So let me
easy
see.
solution, in my opinion, is like you can still have like one or two new immunities, but give him a new target trait that like benefits from those
Yeah,
immunities.
that's like. I feel like Volley in particular, if they just gave him a target trait that would actually be good, like another niche for Volley, because the freeze effect on Volley is pretty good. It's just that freeze against aliens, because we have Seafarer, is not like all that special. It's not bad, it's just not really stand out, you know? So if they gave him a niche that would be like more valuable in that sort of sense, that would be a big improvement.
Okay.
But they didn't. He's just the same guy. Curse
I-
immunity is nice, but I feel like
yeah.
I remember back then where curse immunity was like a must-have, and then as time goes on, there's not really that much relic enemies that you always need curse immunity nowadays. It's just kind of like decent, you know. But
How
it's
many
not really-
alien relic stages really are there?
Like there's bound to be like a decent amount of them in like specifically UL, but as we've seen with ZL and continuing, like having an alien relic stage where having curse immunity is important, or just like any mixed stage with relics that's having curse immunity is important, has just been going down and down. It's like less important to have curse immunity nowadays because we're not in UL.
And I'm assuming most people are not going to be bringing Volley to like modern relic stages.
Yeah, you're probably just bringing Volley to like Burger Garden or some shit. Like I don't know what the hardest alien stage in ZL is.
Okay. Question is like, isn't like Tekken old immune to knockback?
Technold? Let me see.
Because like, you know, Misley has Sage Slayer.
Oh yeah, Misley does have that Sage Slayer.
But I'm assuming that's just like a
Tekken
generalist
old
stats
hyena.
thing.
Let me see. No, Technold is not immune to, like, he's only immune to Curse. It's just he's Sage, so he normally has reduced knockback, so you think he's in knockback immunity.
I just forgot that it was
Misley
only
can, in
Sage.
fact, knock back a Technold with, like, full debuff power because Sage Slayer.
That sounds nice for her. I don't
The
know.
problem
Misley-
is, Technold has Counter Surge, and they gave Misley Surge. Mini Surge.
Actually, imagine if Misley got Explosion.
Dude, I was waiting for that, like, so much. I just wish they
Oh,
gave
but it would
Misley
be too
Explosion. It would
broken.
so
You
much.
did the same thing for Cosmo, Podos.
Bro, they gave it to Cosmo. No, they gave Cosmo like a giant ass wave, and they refused to give Misley jack shit because she's a pixie. Actually, like, screwed.
They're fucking racist, bro.
Literally, bro. Onos might be racist against these aliens, like a true Japanese.
Okay. Let me beat the stage real. I'm gonna beat the stage real quick, and then I have to go like do something super quickly. I'll be back. I'm sorry.
Alright.
fixed. Alright. So, we were talking about... What were we talking about? We were talking about volley, right?
Yeah, we're talking about volley.
Yeah, it's strange unit.
Yeah, I think volley was fine. It's just a fine unit, but the problem is that nowadays being a fine unit isn't all that.
You know, he ain't so fine anymore.
I mean, he's still fine. It's just that, like, because of how, like, the power creep inflation works, being fine nowadays isn't worth rolling for at all, essentially. That's how I'd put it.
I really, really like the idea of like supposedly basic Ubers, like Balrog being like top 1, because that's really funny.
Yeah.
And also like really nice and accessible to players.
Yeah. I think as time goes on, and I've talked with a lot of like the experienced, I feel like a lot of people don't really know that like a lot of the shit I say in my videos, it's not like I'm pulling it out of my ass. Like I actually talk to a lot of like really, really fucking good players at this game. And that's just what we get. Like that's just what we come up with because like we don't play the game like casuals. But in anyways, what like a lot of us have just be coming to the conclusion to is that low-key, like the top 1 Uber right now, who is actually making like being better than I think most Ubers, even like the top ones, is just straight up Izanagi.
Like top Uber tier unit.
Like yeah, like I think at this point Izanagi is pretty much top 1. And a fair amount of like people I've been talking to also think this out of like what we've been like testing, what we've been doing with stuff. Izanagi is top 1, and I think the thing is on why people don't put Izanagi that high is just no one has this unit. Because it's a rare ass legend rare on Fest. No one uses Izanagi, bro. But like Izanagi, if you actually
no stage has popped up yet for me. That's just like I've had to make.
There is not a single stage except like maybe whatever fuck ass white only clone farmers looking stage. There's not a single stage where Izanagi gets completely shafted. He will always be useful.
Oh my!
And he will always be broken because he does like hundreds,
a shit ton of
damage per hit with a conjure. So he's kind of just destroying like every new stage like in ZL, new advent bonus adds. Izanagi is broken on all of those. So the game's just being catered more and more to a Izanagi style unit that just has the ability to work on whatever hostile environment the game creates. But yeah, you still have strong units like the rest of the game, Dazzly, Balrog, Dual Phono, Cosmo, stuff like that.
Once again, upper echelon.
Yeah. I think it's a shame some people don't put Yukimura up there when he deserves to be there. Because the thing about Yukimura is that, like, we do have Baja Blast, but one, it actually just makes Yuki better because you can run both and the enemies get even more overwhelmed. And two, Yukimura just has, like, half the cooldown. So you can actually use him, like, straight up to just kill one medium or small-sized enemy in a stage and just cycle that permana. And then the stage's entire threat is just gone because Yukimura killed it. And you just keep cycling that, and that's the power of Yukimura, it's the cooldown. But yeah, generally speaking, it's like those power of units, Izanagi plus Dual Phonos and Cosmo, Balrog, Dazzly, that's like 6 units. And then Kasajizo somewhere there. And then there's some other units, but I'm forgetting exactly what goes around that tier.
Oh my god.
Like Yukimura's there. There's probably, I think regular Luna goes there. People keep underrating regular Luna. I think regular Luna's crazy. But yeah,
most of these units are... Wait, is Dark Luna good? I forget.
Dark Luna is good. I think the consensus on Dark Luna I think is pretty accurate. She's like maybe like an A tier unit, quite solid. It's just the problem is people put like
imagine it's a
regular Luna
fucking
at
like.
like A plus, which I think is a gross underestimation of how stupid regular Luna is.
Imagine like. Imagine you're like rolling like epic like Superfest or some shit. You get your first ever fest unit. It's some shit like Dark is.
Dark is. I mean, actually no, I'm not even gonna say Dark is isn't that bad because I think nowadays Dark is like there's not really a reason to use it because despite Dark is doing a lot of stuff, the quality of life on Dark is so ass compared to every other unit that it's just not really worth it. We have stronger options that are like more brain dead. So why not just use those? Like, the power level will just increase even more with all this power creep and stuff.
Right now, I think I'm just gonna like ask for gameplay right now in the background that's being covered by Volta. I'm just like trying to blitz through chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Is this like a challenge run or something?
This is no Uber. This is like the basic challenge
Oh, it's
run.
regular no Uber. Okay.
I want to do stupid shit like, oh, let's use Stilts Cat, but like we all know that's not going to be the case. I already had like the gems. The only reason I had Val is because I just needed the. I just really needed the what's it called? I just really needed like to beat the stage to unlock Hoyer's egg to begin with.
Yeah.
Val actually kind of does that well, so I will take that.
I think though.
Okay, let's talk about. Okay, let's talk about Gravy.
Yeah, Gravy's a good unit.
Good unit. He has good stats. I still think it's really funny that he's like insanely good on Horrorpotamus of all stages.
Yeah, he's good on that stage.
Like, fuck, he carries.
Too. He's good on like a variety of stages because he's just like. That's the thing about generalist Ubers is that it's not really that we're gonna use them like an Uber Rune Wolf,
Remember?
like how old generalist Ubers are. Someone like a Gravy, he just goes everywhere. He works good or better.
Remember when like Matche bought like Gravy's relic talents without curse immunity?
Yeah.
Bought that shit on the IDI-NX stage and called it bad? He actually did do that. It was so fucking funny.
Certified moment. But yeah, unfortunately, Ponos does seem to be going in order for the Pixie Ultra Form, so we have to wait for Volley Ultra Form before we actually get Gravies.
Just give him more target traits. That's literally all he needs.
He might be screwed over though, because if Gravy gets Ultra Talents instead of Ultra Form, that's gonna be a major disappointment.
And
but
also,
I'm
like,
gonna be honest, I don't think any Pixie's getting Ultra Talents because I feel like they're gonna do the Pokemon 4th form thing, for sure.
Because it's cool.
Because they're Pokemon, yeah, they have to do it. Like, they're obligated to.
Gravy's Ultra Form better look really fucking cool.
He's just gonna look like.
Okay. Air's Ultra Form design is like honestly really okay, but for Bora and Misley, they honestly knocked it out of the park for like the designs.
Yeah. Like, they actually.
Especially
like,
Misley, bro. She looks great.
Phoenix, Misley comes like a butterfly. Air is just air, I guess. Yeah, they did quite well for those.
Okay, superior bag of emeralds. This is a power emerald.
Yo, that's kind of awesome, but unfortunately I cannot see what's happening on the screen because it's being covered by the Pixies on the wiki.
Do you want me to make it a little smaller, actually?
Yeah, you could just like make that smaller. You could, I mean, at this point you might as well even like hide it because it's not like you really get much information from this screen.
Just drop the apology video. For what? What did I do? Oh yeah, I remember during like the premiere of like my last long form video, and I was just like, I promise my next video won't take 5 months. I lied. I fucking lied. How the fuck are you playing Dying Light? You're in vacation, dog. Okay. So, okay, so, okay, so Gravi, right?
Yeah.
Gravi's good. And his talents are good. He has good qualities. The fact that he has wave immune on base as his base is really good. Which makes him a good generalist, like wave tanker.
Yeah. He's just a good all-rounder.
Like, they evolved for some fucking reason. They gave him, like, the best generalist stats.
I mean, it makes sense. He's like a tank, damage tank, frontline bruiser type build. So it makes sense they give him actual stats.
But like the other tank,
like, the other tanks are like pure defensive. They're not even bruisers. Like Yami is a full tank, Takachi is also like a full tank, and that's their downfall because they can't actually do shit without using their CC abilities.
Okay.
Takachi doesn't even have a CC ability. Bro just exists.
Okay, just want to make sure. Alright, so we got... Alright, next up is Yami. This one's a little more interesting.
Yami is a mistake in game design.
Why did they get... It's the funniest unit ever, because he's amazing against aliens, but horrible against his outer target trait.
I mean, I wouldn't say amazing against aliens. He kind of like, he works,
like,
but
the funniest part is that he literally has Lumina health against aliens.
Yeah. I mean, he's not bad against aliens, but it's not like he's really... I wouldn't say he's standout in that sort of sense.
No, I just think the fact that it has Lumina stats...
I think what's stupid is how this unit
millions of
was,
HP
like,
against alien, and I think that's hilarious.
He was just not very good, and then they just threw on wave block for no reason at all, and now the people actually think they have a reason to roll his ass. I still wonder how long it'll take before people realize wave block is like the most overrated niche in the game because we have fucking Octo, and Octo is becoming more and more important as stages go on.
Yeah,
he's not a bad wave. He's actually one of the best wave blockers in terms of Ubers. But I still don't think he is anywhere near a reason to roll this set at all. Because at the end of the day, he does something Octo already does in that sort of sense. If you get him though, and you hate waves for some reason, you can get that.
For some reason.
He still gets overrated too much. I would not put this guy like at A tier or anything. Because he's like an
kind of funny how like some units, some units have like really like for like when it comes to like gacha banner releases, some like for example, I want to talk about Dragon Emperors for a super small bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dragon Emperors, like for like early on, they were kind of seen as like a kind of low mid tier set. But then they started releasing just better units, like Gunjaros and Dahlia-san.
Like, before Dahlia-san, I think there was a good argument that Dems was straight up the worst set in the game, because it had, like, nothing useful at all. But then after the fish came out, they started getting actual, like, good units. Like,
and also, it has Diorama's Ultra Farm.
They got Gundros. I forgot who they got besides that, but they got good units. Now they're actually like They moved up. Because of the old units, they're still not the best set, but at least they're not really the worst set anymore, because you have some good units there.
And also Diorama's Ultra Form.
Yeah, Dio Ultra Form, for sure.
Blah, blah, blah. I just know that... I just know that Bulgor glazes the fuck out of that Ultra Form.
Yeah.
God damn it, Bahamut, please land a hit. That's good.
But, yeah, I was thinking that, like, when you compared this to Demps had, like, a glow-up. Lugas, they
Pixies had a glow
up.
down, that's what I'm trying to say.
Pixies had a glow down, they just kept adding, like, whatever the hell.
Worse and worse units.
Were.
Like,
yeah,
Yami just has, like, a really, it's like, he just has a really funny kit. All he needed was fucking, like, shield pierce, and it would've been good.
And it does stuff in niche situations, but it's not good, really. And then you have this overrated piece of shit mistake of a fucking unit, which is Blazana.
What does she even do?
She doesn't do anything. I don't understand how Jones is placing this unit in A tier. She doesn't do anything.
This unit's A tier.
Bro, she doesn't do anything. She literally does not do shit. They just give her random.
Blazana
like
is A tier.
Bro.
Yo,
Why
Blazana is A tier. You are not trying to fuck a Pixie, bro. Let it go.
Like, bro, like, I do not know who designed this unit, but it doesn't do anything. Like, you place down Blazana.
Colossus Slayer, so it can counter the penguin
alien and zombie enemies, but she, like,
does nothing.
She's not actually, like, that bad at doing that. Well, actually, she is kind of bad because it's apparently, according to the wiki, it only slows on the 3rd hit, which is really stupid. So that's like despite this unit being relatively, like, close range, that's a under 50% uptime for the slow, which is kind of sad.
If you laugh, you go to hell.
She does a decent, like, bulk, but at the end of the day, for zombies, she's just like Housewife. For aliens, we have Seafair. And this unit doesn't do much besides that. Like, it just slows them. And that's it.
Okay, let's go to...
And the thing about zombies is that I feel like if you deal with zombies, you either need, like, freeze, knock, or just damage, because they're gonna burrow on your ass. In slowing zombies, like, unless you're someone like Housewife, where you're gonna bring them to the stage anyways because they're a good generalist, and they're also gonna slow the shit, you don't really want to bring, like, in the modern meta of zombies, a CC unit. You could bring Blizza, she's not actually that bad. Like, if you bring her Speechless
OP only for Into the Future Chapter 1 and that's it. She's not even OP like, for that, bro.
I'll be like real, she is literally only good on Speechless Tongues, like that one stage. Every other stage she kinda just does stuff that is completely not really valuable. It is just that one stage. Simply because that's an alien zombie stage. Because for the most part, what you want on most zombie stages is you want damage and Z-kill. Or you want, like, something like a Subterra freeze, something like knockbacks to move them back. You don't want to slow on, like, burrowing zombies. The reason why, like House's slow is good is because it's for the front line. When you take Blizza, give her, like bruiser-ish stats without the damage, and her goal is to slow stuff, then it's like, really, she just sits at the front. She doesn't have enough HP to be a full wall, but she has enough HP to tank some hits, but she's gonna slow them. She's not gonna knock back them. She's not gonna weaken. She's not gonna freeze. She's gonna do something that doesn't make sense with her, like
what's the point, you know?
Because, and it has, like, under 50% uptime. And she has this weird-ass Omni Strike, which is not really doing that much.
You wanna know what's something I want to point out?
Yeah.
Is that, like, why do they have to have, like, I hate that's just like, oh yeah, of all abilities to, like, give a tanker. They gave her, who's supposed to like stay in the front line and like like absorb like sponge and damage. Let's give her slow.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, I mean, I understand what the idea was, because the idea is that she is Omni going up to 550, so in that sense, she's, like, slow with LD, so kind of like Housewife, but with actual HP, in theory, for zombies, but the problem is that, just because you have Blizzard, you're not going to stop using Housewife in a zombie stage, because you're still going to bring House for the damage, and for, like, because Blizzard will never perma-slow unless you stack 2. And even if you stack 2, it's like, you have to get the timing right. But like, so you're always bringing House even then. So it's really just aliens, and no one gives a shit if you slow aliens at 350 standing range. Because that is useless.
At that point, just kill them!
At that point, just bring Seafair, because like, it's slow. You really just want to like, freeze them.
You know, at that point, just bring
Volta.
Bora, ironically enough.
Hey, bring Bora, bring a Volta, bring any other Pixie for the job instead of Blizza, and she'll get it done, and they'll get it done for Alien.
We're going back to back with stinkers. Now we got Tetsukachi.
Yeah, and people are trying to people will argue with you that Blizzana does something just because there are some stages where she doesn't feed. That's the thing. Blizzana will never carry your ass. She's only going to like not die instantly in a few stages. Which
Alright,
is stupid.
I also want to shout out that one guy on Twitter who's like a mega fan of Tetsukachi. You're pretty chill, mutual.
Yeah, shout out to that guy. Unfortunately, Tetsukachi's not a very good unit.
I'm sorry,
he has no
Moot.
true form. I will give him that. He has no true form. And you're not supposed to be good nowadays without a true form. Besides, like, every unit would conjure. Well, not every, most units would conjure.
I still think that's really fucking funny, dude. I'm like, oh yeah, what do we say about Tetsukachi? Okay, so tough. It's just a tanker with a 10% dodge chance.
Dude, that's such a middle finger. Why did they make it 10%?
Listen,
so stupid.
Ponos, when we said, yeah, can we like have these elemental pixies target traits that aren't exclusively alien? This was not what we meant.
Yeah, like, he targets 3 traits. They're not bad tanking traits, actually. The problem is, 10% dodge means
he targets 3 traits? I only see 2.
He targets Floating Angel and Alien. The problem
then
is...
why isn't it mentioned in his description?
We have Ramen, and we have Soap. And for warping aliens, we don't really actually need to tank them most of the time, but, like, usually Catalyte is enough. But for the most part, like, you only really need to tank aliens a lot of the time. They don't have warp. Like, a Benagrios has no warp and stuff like that. So
fuck that. We have more pressing issues. The description is just like, like withholding information models. Where's the floating trait mentioned?
I mean, doesn't Takachi mention floating?
No, I'm looking at the Battlecats wiki here. Evolved form gains improved stats and barrier breaking abilities. Tough defense versus aliens and angels. No floating though.
Oh wait, what the hell?
I'm like, where the fuck?
Huh?
I'm like, huh? Ponos, you've been changing descriptions recently. Can you at least like...
Did they actually nerf his ass or some shit?
They're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you to not use this unit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And also, Takachi suffers from the thing that like he comes with all tanks. Despite having like HP, you actually need to do something with that HP. And in Takachi's case, he doesn't have any CC at all. He doesn't do damage. So in that sort of sense, there's no real reason to use him instead of Ramen on an Angel stage. Or instead of like Octo or something. Or nowadays we actually have like Boombox Cat, right? So you can use Boombox Cat for floating stages. So there's not a really reason for you to use Takachi in that sort of sense, because he doesn't do anything. But he can still get a true form. They might give him something useful, so you never know. He's also immune to Surge, but like surprisingly his generalist health, well, not surprisingly, he's not true form yet, but his generalist stats are not very good, so you're not going to use him as a Surge tank, really.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I'm taking our football. Alright, I'm back. Alright, all you guys need to... Alright, I think I'm gonna end stream here. I'm a little tired, honestly. All you need to... all you need to know, really, is that, okay, Tetsukachi shit. Korin's shit. The new Pixies are shit. The new Ultra Forms are honestly kind of a little neat, in my opinion, but super pointless. But otherwise, I think I'm gonna end it here. Actually, you know what? We should spend the rest of the stream just, like, trying to beat this. I should apologize to Can. Yeah, he's probably not gonna come back. Unless it... We should finish chapter 2 though, so I can just get that over with. She goes after every... This dog goes after everything that... Just anything that isn't a toy. I don't know what's happening. Alright. Okay, so, you know what? I might as well continue to talk about it a little more. I should at least talk about it a little more. I just got a little scared. Okay, so Tetsukachi, hilariously inaccurate description, first of all. And secondly, Komori is really... okay, Komori is really cute. Damn. When is Courier Talents? I don't fucking know how they would implement that, bro. Alright. Hi, Blizzarina. Sorry we were talking shit about you earlier. I think we should out DPS this. If not, I think I'll just like exit out. Okay. So I think like Komori is really funny in my opinion because like what do you mean black curse against black enemies? Like why? Genuinely why? I don't understand. Like, I'm actually at a loss for words. What's my least favorite Pixie Uber? Alright. Oh. Alright, Pat. Alright, Can's back.
Hello.
Sorry about that. It was just like something happened.
Yeah, you had something to do.
I thought I had to end stream early, but I guess not. But well, we're fine for now. Okay. So, Komori, I think it's a
Komori.
very funny.
Komori is a funny unit. I feel like people hate on this unit too much, but the hate is justified, but it's low-key not that bad.
I love the fact that it works on bungalows solely due to stat inflation.
Yeah.
Like, it is...
The thing is, like, Komori is like shit, but she also has Conjure, so she's automatically not shit, and she's low cooldown Conjure. So she just...
And
you can
I'm
just
pretty
use
sure,
her as a sacrifice and press a Conjure button. That is her main use from like
I'm pretty sure Silverman said that she was like D tier.
I mean, like, if she had no Conjure, she's a fucking F tier unit, but like, with the Conjure, she's honestly like better than like a few Pixies, because you can just ignore what the hell the unit does and just Conjure, which is powerful.
I think that's funny. Oh yeah, here's this nice Conjure. The unit is just like a fucking like side. Though, once again, Curse Against Black is really funny. Can?
Yeah, I think that...
You good?
Yeah.
Curse Against Black is really funny because it's like, what are you gonna use that against?
Works on Dark Joe, I guess.
On Dark Joe? Oh wait, it does have Behemoth Slayer.
Yeah.
And you know, Dark Joe. It would not. It's actually not. Doesn't sound that bad of a Dark Joe counter actually. I just think it's kind of funny for like 99% of like scenarios.
Yeah, but it still feels like this unit. They just put like literally random shit on this unit and just
Random
called
bullshit
it.
go.
Literally, I feel like that's what they're just doing with the Pixies now. They literally are like AI generating them.
Something that I'm thinking about is that like, you know like the. I feel like it's something similar with the Nikalugas in a way, somewhat.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you know, Nikalugas are supposed to be like debuffers, but like, what if you're like what if we've run out of debuffs to like put on the debuffers? Then the units are still gonna start like having really weird properties to them.
Yeah, what if we just make Furry Luga do like 1,000,000 damage for no reason at all?
And it pierces shields, by the way. I want to point that out.
Yeah, he was a shield piercer. They just did that. That's like a BCU tier buff to like someone's favorite unit, giving him like 500% strengthen or some shit.
I think like those people that like make like fan-made talents and just like have an attempt to be balanced are like, I think that shit's a lost cause personally, because like,
yeah,
I don't think Ponos really has like a set of rules for these. Okay, we have to. Oh no! Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, the legend rare.
Yeah, the legend rare. Lumina she's a decent unit. The problem is people are trying to pretend she's more than a decent unit. Lumina's not bad. She's pretty good. The problem is her niche isn't all that useful. The reason why she gets glazed too much is because people watch too much Soup Tosta into the future one slot. And that's like the main niche where Lumina actually does something.
But the series is peak fiction, dude.
But the series never got finished though. But who knows? Maybe we don't need a part 3. After all, One Punch Man Season 3 was not very good.
I wouldn't know. I don't watch anime. I just mostly see that one clip of like the guy levitating down like a fucking Microsoft presentation.
Like the animation is completely fucked up. Even if you don't watch anime, you've probably seen the memes. That is a literal scene in the season 3. They just made him a PNG slide down the hill. It is genuinely over.
But if you think about it, bro, that's intentional. That's part of the hype moments in Aura.
Bro, that moment had no aura. They couldn't even animate his shadow, bro. Literal like, Photoshop behavior.
I just think that clip is really fucking funny. Okay, so Lumina has like really high HP. You know, that's like her whole gimmick. I remember using her for like a little bit when I was like newer to the game because she's fucking broken.
Yeah, she's a decent, like, what I'd say, she's a good alien.
Kind of fucked up that a unit like Lumina is like considered just decent.
Yeah. Nowadays we have Soap, and like Lumina, Soap kind of replaces mostly of what Lumina does, but Lumina still has the warp immune though, which works if you want to tank a Star Pang or some shit. It's not really too much of a difference, but it's there. And Lumina's has decent general stats. She's like an okay-ish bruiser. Kind of like, she's still worse than Gravy in that department because she doesn't have the wave, and she's not really meant for that. But you can use her there. She'll perform alright.
Fuck, that's kind of a problem. I'm trying to think of like I'm on Moon right now for Future 2. And it's like I don't have what's her face? I don't have Urugun Wolf, so that's kind of a problem.
Oh. I mean, you have like you should be fine. You just need to like bring stuff that out. Do you have like, what's it called?
I don't know if Cyborg Cat's gonna work, so I'm gonna put her away.
If you have drama, slapsticks, or whatever, they outrange Corrupted Valkyrie, so you can bring them.
That's the funny part. I got him literally today.
Oh, nice.
Let's get her to what level? 25? Would that be good?
Probably.
I mean, I can get him to 30.
All you need for the stage, bring like four minimum cooldown meat shields, and then like bring some stuff for the alien pig, and then like stuff that ranges the boss, and you're pretty much good.
Okay, I don't have problem. I don't really.
25 should be enough for drama, and then you just kind of bring like Seafarer for the pig, keep Courier for like some of the other enemies, and then you're just good.
Courier just like gets rid of most of these enemies though.
You're probably no Uber, right? Do you have a Craze Dragon or not?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, that's fine then. I don't think Butterfly is gonna do anything here, but you can keep him. He'll like chip the pig or something. Do you have Hip Hop?
I think. Maybe I'll like potentially chill like Holy Valve.
I mean, that's a hard timing, like, because, like, Butterfly has lower speed than Fishman, so it's kind of hard to time that.
Okay, but, like, he has, like, a longer cooldown, and it's, like, it's a little bit on the pricey, so I can't really, like, so it's not really, it's a little bit cheap, so, like, it's not, like, that much of a cost sink,
yeah, that's
you know?
fair. I see him mostly as just chipping the pig.
Like, occasional potential chip, though.
If you have Hip Hop, I'd prefer Hip Hop here for the pig.
I don't have Hip Hop. I was trying to get Hip Hop today.
Yeah.
of all the units to not have, it had to be fucking hip hop.
I mean, it's fine because like you're in future, so at least you have your castaway. That's the most important one here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you should just win.
I only have like a few for treasures. I only got like the ones I needed for this stage.
Crazy.
We should be good. Okay, so I guess since we're CPUing this, how do we feel about Lumina?
I think Lumina, she does what she does, and she's like decent. So like, she's good. That's about it. There's nothing else. A lot of
You don't
people
use her outside of
overrate her,
aliens.
mainly just because of Soup Tosta one slot being as big as it is.
8 million views is still fucking insanity.
Yeah, that might be. Is it like the single most popular, like
Battle Cats video
like,
done by a Battle Cats YouTuber.
Yeah, because like we don't count a random ass. I feel like you shouldn't count a Matt Shea because
We shouldn't count like a sponsorship, you know?
like for a dedicated BC YouTuber. I'm pretty sure that's our highest views is straight up on like the Soup Tosta one slot. Actually, I'm gonna check like Lucas, Chihol, everyone's channel, see what their biggest video is.
Like there is, I think Lucas is like 4 million or something like
I
that.
feel like Lucas's biggest would probably be a meme. It was a meme. It was just Gross Cat on Chapter 3 Moon. Wait, all his biggest videos are memes. Okay, so Lucas's biggest video that's not a meme is his Special Cat guide at 1.1 million. Pretty good. What about X-Skull?
Yeah, it's 100% Soup Tosta, that's the thing.
X-Skull's biggest video is Neko Luga ranking at 1.1 million.
That's like...
Oh, that's such a shame though, because like his iconic video is the second most popular, like top 10 most hated enemies. That should have been his number one. That's such an iconic video.
I think in... Oh man, I lost again. How much did I do this time? 60%.
Okay, Chihola's most popular video is 4.9 million, and it's a cat capsule opening video.
Real shit.
Realist, bro. Back when BC was a gacha game, or not really, but like gacha opening video being the most popular, that's a true gacha game. So Soup Tosta at 8.5, I think is the biggest one in like all the BC YouTubers.
Is this a good lineup to just CPU?
Okay, technically speaking, Shichi has a more popular video, but like it's not a very proud video. What Shichi's most popular video is?
What is it? I swear to God.
It's Empire of Cats Chapter 3 Moon all Neko Lugas versus Bun Bun. That has 10 million views on Shichi's channel, and the next video has 5 million views and is finally complete all Tales of Neko Luga's lineup.
Oh my God, bro.
It was just Luga baiting. So besides the Luga spam, Seven's most viewed video is 4.2 million.
The children
Tower
here.
with 2 minutes each, which is a good video.
The children love Nika Luga.
So outside of Brain Rot, dude, wait, I didn't check fucking like Nova Pro. Nova Pro might even.
Oh
be
my God.
Soup Tosta.
Oh no, but that's on his like old, but that's on his like new channel.
Okay, yeah, Nova Pro's most popular video is 5.1 million.
So like,
I don't know what to say
90%
what
of
it
these
is,
are still
but
being
Nova
trumped
Pro
by
videos
Soup
are most
Tosta.
popular. So Soup Tosta has like the highest viewed BC video that is not slop that I would say. Which I think is pretty influential.
What about shorts?
Oh, what about shorts? Wait, who should I check for shorts?
There's a lot of like Japanese Battle Cats channels that like post a lot of shorts, and they usually get pretty good views.
Seven's most popular short is 3.3 million.
I honestly think I should do shorts again.
You could.
where I could just talk about random bullshit.
Oh wait, bro, I need to check fucking Wario Man.
Oh my god, yes. His shorts
Bro,
are
how
like.
is Wario Man at 52k subscribers already? This dude is growing crazy.
Respond to my friend request, Wario Man. You're not that famous, SMH.
Dude, that's crazy. I remember this dude was like at 1k not that long ago. But the YouTube Shorts hack with brain rot in BC community goes crazy. Yeah, Wario Man's most popular short is at 2.7 million. Good job, Wario Man. So yeah, Souptops does
Good
his
job,
one slot
Wario
is
Man. You sure are the Wario Man.
generational. Actually, like, giga popular. So I think it is actually fair to say that Souptosta might be one of the most influential BC figures that people
And also,
see,
like,
even though,
it's also
not
just the
really-
stuff that his editing was really good for the time.
Yeah. Because back then, no one edited their videos, like, fucking at all. Like, the most edited BC videos in EN were probably Lucas's, and at the end of the day, those were just probably the most basic editing, just cuts and, like, PNGs on the screen.
His newer stuff is really good, though.
Yeah, Lucas actually, like, does a lot of stuff, like, presentation-wise. Because back then, like, most of the stuff you'd see on screen for Lucas video is literally just background gameplay, and that's the whole video.
Look, background gameplay and occasional visual.
Yeah. But Lucas did know what he was talking about, at least. The thing about, like,
He had
Super
commentary,
Oscar-
too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was like him and Regget.
Oh yeah, bro, Regget was goated, bro.
And then he
Regget was
just
goated.
disappeared. And then he just started uploading way less
Disappeared,
frequently and
unfortunately. I
talking about
remember,
British
like-
inflation.
Regget had like this drama at one point with most of the BC boomers. But
What
it's
was that
convoluted.
about? Because I'm pretty sure like Lucas's response to that video was deleted.
Yeah, it was just some stupid shit. Like, I don't know. There was this weird drama. Like Regget he was like, you know, just like a BC tuber just playing the game, and often he'd have to ask for help for like a lot of the boomer guide makers, like Alichi, like Kobe, some of the other ones. And then I think one time during his streaming, he got like real pissed because Alichi was dogging him or something. So, and then like there was this whole drama, even though Alichi was just poking fun at him, and he got like real mad. And then he said some other weird shit happened, and then like, I don't know, he just made a big fuss out of something that was really not that big.
Lol. And then he created the phrase boosted because of his like.
Yeah, he invented the phrase boosted because of boosted ramen.
And like it was like the first time like in the video game where the phrase boosted actually at least made a little bit of sense.
Yeah. Because before, like, boosted, people only really use that for, like, account boosting in ranked games.
But like boosting your stats, that just sounds like it makes more sense.
Yeah.
For like a schematics thing.
I think account boosting is just is like stupid and funny as shit as a concept anyways, because it's like you're gonna pay someone to level up your account just so you can fall back down when you play on it.
Lamau. Also, I beat Corrupted Valk. GG's.
Oh, let's go. He beat the Corrupted Valkyrie.
All I needed was to add one more meat shield.
Yeah. Is there anything else to talk about Pixies?
Okay, so I just think that like the downfall of the set itself, just like the fact that like I personally argue, hot take, that the Almighties have fallen off a little bit.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I still think the Almighties are strong, you know? I think, like, if you say it's a fall-off in the fact that, like, they went from being the definitive #1 set in the game to being, like, arguably not the #1 set in the game, if you consider that a fall-off, then I guess it's true, but they're still very
It's
strong.
you know what? I'm technically right because that technically is a fall off, technically.
Technically
But
it's
they're
a
still
fall-off.
number one, arguably.
It's still number one, arguably. Like, there's really only 2 sets you could consider the top one, and Almighty's has a very.
That's
strong
why I said a
case
little
of being
bit.
Number one. Wait, what'd you say?
That's why I said a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, we got
Realistically,
Holy
for
Milk.
most people, Almighty's is the best set because, like, I think Dynamite's only becomes the best set when you're in like an experienced late game player. Because Balrog is just that good.
Wait, for Dynamite, is it actually really just only,
No, you have Last Boss too.
no, for just like Ultra Forms. Is it really only Cats in the Cradle?
Oh, yes, it's only Cradle. They really
That's
need
so funny, actually. What the hell?
Low key, if Balrog wasn't like infamously broken, I swear he would have gotten an Ultra Form already.
They're like, imagine Ponos was looking at these like, wait, fuck, all of these are broken. What the hell?
In the Yonkuni Awards, that's how you know Balrog is broken.
I mean, granted, it was because like, that's why regular Phono was still there.
Yeah.
That event is technically a little outdated. They don't even mention Bahamut talents.
Yeah, but that's because it's kind of like a rerun because the event happened before in like the Taiwanese community.
Taiwanese version, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely say that in that sort of sense. Also, like, I think, actually, no, I don't really need to talk about Cradle here, but one thing that I've definitely been, like, feeling recently, which is not really related to, it's not really related to, what's it called? Not really related directly to Battle Cats, but it kind of is, in a sense. So recently, I've been playing a lot of this other gacha game, which has made me realize a lot of things about like Battle Cats when it comes to being a gacha game. Because when you look closer into it, Battle Cats really isn't like a gacha game. It's a game that happens to have gacha, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because like compared to every other gacha game in existence, Battle Cats is by far the least dependent on gacha to make the gameplay actually like flow well. Because like you can play no gacha, you're fine. You play no Uber, you're fine. And
like
it's
like obviously like the gacha in Battle Cats is kind of integral to progression, but like
and like one thing that I think I realized compared to a lot of other games, despite Battle Cats having like I think a lot of Battle Cats aspects are good. They make the game unique and like very fun. But I think one thing that it kind of does hold Battle Cats back that I never really like realized that much until I played other gacha games is that like Ubers and Battle Cats, they kind of fucking suck. Like everyone, like most stuff that's not near the top is kind of like just bad.
I mean, the closest, I'm assuming I know what you're talking about. Where it's just like, oh yeah, Ubers don't feel like direct upgrades.
Non-Ubers, right? And like all of our non-Uber stuff is so broken that like you have to be a broken Uber or better to actually like compete against it. And there's so much like mid in the Battle Cats Ubers that they lose to the basic super rares and rares. And that's
I love that really Battle Cats is like the only gacha game ever where like where some of the basic rares or super rares are more iconic than most Ubers.
Yeah. Like, if you know the, like, I've been playing a lot of Arknights recently, if you know what that gacha game is.
Oh no, Balgor's
and funnily enough,
obsessed.
I think Arknights falls under a similar branch where it's kind of just a game that you can play without gacha if you really wanted to. But I think Arknights does a better job at balancing its Ubers in that game. They call them 6 stars, but they're basically Ubers. And it's and how it does it is that, like, even if a unit in like Arknights is not meta, it's not like super broken as a 6-star, it at least does something unique, and I think that's like very notable. And in Battle Cats, we have so many mid-tier Ubers that do the same thing, and that's like really disappointing.
I remember like I don't know. You definitely. I'm assuming you don't watch Neo streams at all, but like
Yeah, I kind of like don't watch them as much anymore. I used to.
Neo has been playing this game recently on Roblox called the
Oh,
Battle
didn't? Yeah, you
Bricks.
kind of saw that though. Like he played the Roblox Battle Cats.
And it's like, from what I've played of it, it's fine. It's really just fine.
Yeah, that's honestly pretty good for a Roblox game though.
It's like, it's obviously somewhat derivative, but from what I've heard from Battle Bricks fans, it's just like Chapter 1 sucks ass.
Wait, then there's real Battle Cats though. They just made the Chapter 1 suck ass for no reason.
I don't have anything to counter the zombies. I don't have a housewife. This shit sucks. So like that's the thing about like Battle Bricks to me is that like my main complaint of it is that like first off I just don't like where to how like the thing about Battle Cats to me is that like it has if you really think about it, it has a somewhat clean UI. Like you can go most places like somewhat easily.
Yeah, that's true, but
where like
fair,
I think the thing that
doesn't
does that
always
for
like
me
this.
is that like how they have like the back button here?
Yeah.
It's usually in the same spot. So you can navigate it really easily.
Yeah, that's very good.
But for Battle Bricks, they tend to put like buttons in that take you back for specific places, just like wherever, like around anywhere. And I think it's super disorienting, and I think that kind of sucks. Like,
yeah, it's better UI designed when you have like a button in a similar place, so it's easier to like just tap it faster if you want to move around like more swiftly. Battle Cats does that. Good job.
And also just like, I mean, I really like the fact that it takes advantage that it's in 3D. Like, we have like units flying in the background and shit like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, that's genuinely really cool, but at the same time, and also, I don't know that much about the Ubers because straight up they just say like, oh yeah, don't roll the gacha until you beat Chapter 1. I've been doing that. Like, I rolled once on the gacha. I got a dog shit unit, so I don't use him. And I was just, and then like I was just like, this is fucking boring. I'm not gonna beat the chapter.
Yeah.
All right. I don't really think we have that much else to talk about, and I'm a little bit stumped. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking evil. I'm trying to do Little Gross Awakens, but my Paris isn't boosted enough, so I can't do it.
Your Paris is not boosted. You kind of need like Bahamut for that one then.
But I just beat Chapter 2.
No, he wants Lil Cat after Chapter 2 into the future.
Okay, this shit sucks. I'm definitely not beating this tonight for Little. I want Little Gross because like the thing about Little Martial Lex is that it's like probably the first like proper barrier opener for non-Uber to like take care of Aku's.
Yeah. I feel like like in hindsight, Lil Gross, some people bought like the Shield Pierce talents just because we had nothing else. Lil Gross is such a scam, bro. This unit is awful at like breaking shields.
But it's like the problem is that like Little Gross is low-key like the only choice to start with Aku progression.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate
Unless
part.
you get Ubers.
You want Aku Researcher, but like in order to get Researcher, you have to. Doesn't Researcher drop from like Cyclone?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta get past that first, which means
So,
you either need like
and your other option is fucking like little mythical titan. So like hell no.
Or you can use like you could just use Belly Dancer and tank it out if you have Belly Dancer.
But that requires an epic seed.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. If you don't have that or a Shield Piercer, if you have like level 40 like cameraman, level 40 pizza, you can brute force the stage, but it's still, that just needs some stats, you know. So there's always a caveat when going into Aku for the first time. Little Legs is gonna drain, you're gonna lose NP permanently because they'll never be useful again. But if you want your early access into Aku, then that exists, I guess. Honestly, I just hold off until you get like either Belly Dancer or some stronger units, or just an Aku Uber. Aku Uber is a good way to get into like Researcher.
What is this? Ubers can be now upgraded to max plus 20. Thanks.
Plus 20 Ubers, let's go.
Let's go. I love how most people like ever have never gotten a plus 20 Uber, let alone a plus 10 Uber.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think that's it.
Yeah. You know,
I don't...
wait.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm gonna...
content, though. You got any like video planned soon? I was wondering.
What?
Do you have like a video or something planned soon?
I don't think I'm gonna have a video up by the end of the year realistically, but I want to do shorts again.
Oh yeah, shorts. I remember. That's what it was about. Yeah, you're gonna do shorts again. Yeah, that's cool. Your shorts actually get like a good amount of views. I'm looking at.
I gotta
so
go.
That's a good.
I'm sorry.
Move.
Bye.
Bye.
There. There we go.